Your outcome of this night, it was a good-ass fight. I think Cruz maybe pulled it out. I think Cruz pulled that out. That motherfucker tough. He showed us a look. He got the boxing and the angles and shit. I ain't seen that.
Gervonta Davis took aim at Lamont Roach after news broke that Roach injured his hand. According to Tank, Roach never had a real chance of beating Isaac Cruz, even on his best night. Tank said Roach's game plan was off from the start, and nothing he tried was working. In his view, Cruz was robbed because everyone saw the knockdown and the pressure he brought, yet the fight still ended in a draw. Tank kept going, questioning whether Roach has changed anything in his style at all. He said he'll show up when he's ready to call names, reminding everyone this is my... Shakur Stevenson isn't buying Tank's take at all. After watching the fight, he jumped on X and said, "I thought Lamont won that, too." Shakur believes Roach outboxed Cruz, controlled the key rounds, and should have gotten the victory. And coming from Shakur, who's moving up to 140 next month to go after Teofimo Lopez, that opinion hits different. He's not the type to drop random reactions. If he thinks something was off, he'll call it out without hesitation. Then Ryan Garcia chimed in, and just like Shakur, he didn't agree with Tank's view. Garcia shared his reaction, saying he thought Roach edged out the fight in a very close matchup, maybe by a round or two, but added that he wasn't upset with the draw. The one opinion that truly mattered in the moment was Lamont Roach's, and he came to the post-fight press conference looking exhausted. The disappointment was clear on his face, even though he tried to stay composed. Everyone could tell the draw hit him hard. Roach said he felt he controlled most of the fight, especially after getting up in the round 3 knockdown, the first of his career, and immediately taking back momentum. He said he expected a fair shake on the scorecards, but in his eyes, that's not what he received.
Cam, did you think it was a draw? Cam, you think it was a draw?
It was a good fight. It was a good fight.
You want to see a rematch?
What you think?
Cam, you want a rematch?
I would like to see a rematch. Hell yeah.
All right. Great job. All right. That's what we want.
The San Antonio crowd booed Roach round after round, clearly siding with Cruz. But the real blow wasn't the crowd. It was an injury no one knew about until after he left the arena, a broken hand. Roach proved it by posting a video from the hospital, his left hand fully wrapped, thanking his supporters, and sending a message to anyone who doubted him. Even from a hospital bed, he reminded everyone that he showed up, fought through more than 7 rounds with essentially one hand, and still kept the matchup close enough for the judges to rule it a draw. Mike Coppinger highlighted the same thing, reposting Roach's clip, and saying very impressive how he fought. And maybe that's exactly what happened. After the knockdown, it looked like Cruz was moments away from finishing the fight. But Roach gathered himself, tightened his defense, forced Cruz to reset over, and slowly swung the momentum back. Each time Cruz charged and Roach tagged him with clean shots that cooled the pressure. He didn't dominate, but he controlled key stretches of the fight in ways casual viewers didn't fully notice in the moment.
Knockout is going to be Pitbull to decision. Definitely going to be Lamont Roach, because Lamont Roach got more styles. He can do it. He can fight in the inside. He can fight on the outside. I box you. You know, Pitbull Cruz, he's more of a one-dimensional fighter. He's coming forward, throwing a lot of punches. So I see Lamont Roach taking this. I see that. I see like a 65-35 for Lamont Roach.
Anything suspicious about either one of them?
Nah, nothing suspicious. I mean, Pitbull Cruz on the work.
That's why the debate erupted the second the scorecards were read. But the bigger problem is what this means for Roach. He's now dealing with 2 straight draws on the big stage, first against Davis earlier this year, and now against Cruz. And he understands exactly how that affects his path forward. At the press conference, he said 2 times in a row now, it's crazy. I can't keep fighting my opponent and the judges at the same time. Something has to change, Roach added that he believed he won and clearly outboxed Cruz.
When you doing your thing. So let's get back to the rematch and box his ears off. Do the Devin Haney, do the Devin Haney, huh? Do the Devin Haney, do the Devin Haney, huh?
Then he repeated the one thing he's been saying since January. All he wants is a fair playing field. And he has a point. 2 straight draws in high-level matchups put him in an odd spot. He's proven he can compete with top talent. He's shown he can handle pressure fighters like Cruz and explosive guys like Tank. But draws don't build a legacy. They don't earn belts. They don't secure the big money opportunities. They keep your name in the mix without moving you upward. And Roach understands he can't stay in that almost category forever time is catching.
Very competitive matchup between Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz. A lot of people thought that Pitbull Cruz won the fight, and a lot of people thought that Lamont Roach won the fight, but overall, it ended up as a draw. Now, Lamont Roach has been cursed with these back-to-back draws, first Tank Davis and now Pitbull Cruz. It just seems like he's not convincing the judges that he deserves that win. Lamont Roach started off fighting in the pocket in the first half of the fight, and it wasn't going.
The upside for Roach is exposure. Both draws have actually raised his profile. His engagement is climbing, his name is circulating, and fans who never paid attention before now know exactly who he is. And in boxing, attention is currency. When your name is buzzing, your value goes up, whether the judges favored you or not. Right now, Roach has more negotiating power than ever, even without a belt. His name is linked to Pitbull and Tank under the label of unfinished business, and that always sells. A Cruz versus Roach rematch would easily
got wheels, hand speed, coordination, and he know how to hit on the button. He beat him on all the numbers. All the CompuBoxing numbers went in whose favor? Lamont Roach. The fight was over. Even if you want to look at it as technical, he withstood the little bullshit onslaught, and half of that shit was parried, blocked, and he was hitting him on the arm. Just because.
Both teams have mentioned a rematch, and both fighters say they're open to it. The first fight was close enough to justify running it back, and now that Roach's injury is public, he has a clear storyline heading into a second meeting. What happens when he's fully healthy? Still, a lot of fans keep circling back to the idea of Roach and Tank crossing paths again. The storyline sells itself, and unfinished business always gets attention in boxing. But Roach has made one thing clear: if that rematch ever becomes a real option, he won't take it unless the terms are right. He's not willing to chase Tank or reshape his career just to continue a night he believes was compromised both in how the fight unfolded and how everything was.
Yes, guys, Red Corner Boxing here. So Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach was declared a majority decision draw out in San Antonio, Texas. The WBC interim super lightweight title stays where it was. Nobody takes it. And to be honest with you, nobody deserved it. A very underwhelming fight in my opinion.
When Roach spoke with Marcus Hayes, he didn't come across as someone campaigning for anything. The discussion began with the canceled Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis exhibition, which sparked a lot of buzz because of the massive payday attached $40 million, a life-changing sum for anyone. The fact that Davis was even entertaining a crossover fight, that big shows how much the boxing landscape has shifted. But for Roach, the bigger issue wasn't Davis's money or the main event falling apart. His concern went to the undercard fighters whose entire training camps essentially went to waste. He's been through last-minute cancellations, scrap flights, vanished paychecks, and lost opportunities. Fighters at his level know the difference between gearing up for a huge night and waking up to find all their planned sacrifices and budgets wiped out.
About Lamont Roach versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz.
I don't know why, but I feel like Pitbull Cruz is going to go out there guns blazing. I feel like Cruz can beat him by almost even a knockout, you know? I got Cruz.
When Hayes brought up a rematch with Tank, Roach stayed calm and direct. He didn't soften his words. He said it could happen, but only with clear guarantees to avoid another chaotic situation.
I think the best thing to do is move forward with an immediate rematch. And I would say on somewhat a level playing field. I don't know why they think that the judge or the ref was on my side when I got hit low a lot. I got hit low a lot. I mean, it's boxing. It happens. I got hit low a lot. And he was holding every exchange. So, you know, I'm not complaining. It was a hell of a fight. But it's...
The last thing Roach wants is to commit to a camp, prepare fully, and then watch everything collapse over issues beyond his control. He refuses to gamble his legacy on someone else's instability. Likewise, he won't accept a poor deal just to give the fans a rematch they want more than he does. Any second fight has to make sense for him first, not just for the storyline.
But while he definitely won the fight against Tank Davis, he started a little slow here, he started with weird strategy. I don't hate this tie. And both these guys, if they decide to run it back, I'd enjoy the rematch. Or at their weight class, there's a lot of good options. Sabriel Matias, Dalton Smith are having a fight. They could take the winner of that. Maybe Tank Davis comes back and they could actually rematch him. And then there's the Tia Shakur fight. They could take the winner of that fight. But I think we all want to see the rematch.
Roach said it clearly his legacy isn't tied to Gervonta Davis. That's significant because fighters who go the distance with Tank often get remembered solely for that fight. Roach wants to avoid that type of label. If he rises to stardom at 140, he wants the recognition to come from his own achievements, not from being linked to someone whose career moves are unpredictable. He's focused on building a name and a legacy on his own terms.
It's some bullshit, man. I don't know what I gotta do.
Hey, man, you gotta knock him out.
We're gonna go back to the drawing board. I don't accept this at all. I clearly thought I wanted a close fight.
This is where Roach's business frustration comes into play. He's shared before how disrespected he felt by how the Tank situation was handled, particularly behind the scenes. Even when he didn't speak out publicly, it was clear he wasn't comfortable with the negotiations happening out of sight. He said it himself. The business wasn't conducted in a way that made him feel valued or protected. The fact that he even brought up arbitration shows how seriously he takes ensuring he isn't caught off guard again. Mentioning arbitration before a second fight is even on the table signals that he felt blindsided by how the first negotiations went.
It don't knock on Lamont Roach. He's a good fighter, very good fighter.
Very good fighter.
Now, like Sam said, hey, this is different. This is different atmosphere. Different, very different. You know what I'm saying? He got to be ready.
Yeah. So what we gotta do, Mills, we gotta prepare for the excuses. Oh, it was different, the weight, the drained, we don't know, it's gonna be something, but you deal with that.
Meanwhile, online critics are claiming Roach has been leaning on excuses for the Cruz fight. Fans have dissected every comment he made after the draw, pointing to his mentions of a broken hand, excessive holding, low blows, and his belief that he wasn't given a fair shake by the judges.
Withstand that, and people get tired around round 6 or 7. I ain't want to make the joke, but around 6 or 7 he gets tired.
Oh, like Frank Martin did, 6, 7, right. No, it's okay, it's all right.
around that round he gets tired, starts to slow down, and it'll be clean sweep after that. I don't know if he's gonna stop him. I don't know if it's gonna be all 6.
Many felt that instead of recognizing Cruz's early lead and the challenge of clawing back Roach, spent too much time explaining every factor at once. That gave the impression he couldn't accept the possibility that he simply didn't do enough to earn a clear.
How you see that fight going?
Man. It's gonna be a good. I don't think Roach has ever been in with somebody like that. That throws a lot of pressure like that.
Yeah.
But hey, he's good under pressure. I think he's just gonna try to turn Pitbull Cruz and keep turning him. So see how it plays out.
Man, do you miss being in that ring, man?
All the time, man.
All the time.
Shit, I'm trying to get another one lined up.
The crybaby accusations are harsh, but that's the reality of online boxing fans. Whenever fighters mention injuries or fouls, it's often taken as whining rather than honesty. It didn't help that Roach promised pre-fight that he'd make a statement and prove he was on another level compared to Cruz. When he didn't dominate as expected, the online reaction quickly turned against him. That's just how the sport works. If you speak confidently before a fight, you need to deliver a performance strong enough afterward that fans can't spin the story against you.
The idea that Roach was winning in spots where he wasn't, and that Pitbull was having less success than he was. And so that was a bit distracting for me, and I could see it to be swaying for some people who are watching the fight. And while you say that neither one of them has one
major talking point fans keep bringing up is the 7th round point deduction against Cruz. Many feel that without that penalty, which came without any verbal warning, Roach would have lost the fight outright. Some even view it as the only thing keeping him competitive on the scorecards. Online critics have used that moment to argue that Roach has no reason to complain about fairness, since a major swing in his favor came directly.
I thought Roach won. I thought he edged it out, but that fight was a really good fight. There's like an immediate rematch.
Yeah? Why'd you feel Roach edged it out?
But Roach was just pushing him back. And Roach landed more shots and the cleaner shots. Better shots, cleaner shots,
Did you see Pitbull different from when you fought him?
Thing is, bro, you can't.
Roach, however, focused on how his injury forced him to adjust his approach from the middle rounds onward. He said he felt his hand give out around the fifth, and while he didn't stop throwing, he had to rely more on timing and movement than he initially planned. He highlighted moments when Cruz slowed down reacting to Roach's footwork and counters. Roach firmly believes he disrupted Cruz's rhythm after the injury and regained...
Let's be honest, man. Before the Tank fight, it was kind of hard to see Roach being an elite to top tier guy. He's a decent fighter, solid fighter. We know what Pitbull is. And it just kind of showed here, man.
The issue is that fans rarely accept explanations that sound like reasons a fight didn't go perfectly. They want a clear win or lost, nothing in between. Nuance is often seen as deflection. So when Roach talked about his injury, the fouls, the officiating, and the need for a level playing field, many interpreted it as leaning too heavily on outside factors. That's how these not elite narratives started spreading online. His words were framed as excuses rather than context for the challenges he faced in the...
Kenny, Regis, what you guys thought about the decision, man?
I thought Roach won, bro. That's right. Close fight. I thought Lamont pulled it out, though. It wasn't a close fight, but I feel like Roach won it. Close.
Are you mad at the draw, or you thought the draw was okay?
I'm not mad at the draw, but I didn't think it was a draw. I thought Roach won it. If that makes sense. Yeah, for sure. I thought Roach won it. I thought Lamont won. We understood it's going to be...
Roach finds himself in a tricky spot. He's focused on advancing his career at 140, yet people keep trying to pull him back into the Tank storyline or the Cruz debate. He says he's moved on, but fans demand he either fully commit to a Tank fight or completely dismiss it. Since he's open only under the right conditions, some interpret that as hesitation. Meanwhile, he's stepping into a division where every matchup is tougher than what he faced at 100.
Interesting. Roach he's the better technical fighter. Let's get that out of the way. He's the purist. He's the sweet science guy, right? But he's also the guy who's probably not as much fun to watch as Cruz. We love Cruz. Not that Roach ain't fun to watch. I love to watch a surgeon at work, and he could be a surgeon. I love to watch... The
fighters are bigger, the punches hit harder, and the matchups across 140 are more competitive. Facing Cruz again in this division adds another challenge. Cruz's power has always carried over, and Roach knows he can't let himself fall behind early, like last time, if he hopes to control the fight in the judges' eyes and dictate the pace from start to finish.
But I reached a 113 draw, and I think when you look at it that way and you rate each round rather than just looking at the stats at the end, because just because you outlanded someone, well, most of those punches could have been thrown in one round. What did you do the next two rounds? What did you do the round before?
Roach also knows this kind of opportunity isn't guaranteed. At 25-1-3, he has a strong record, but draws don't carry much weight in a sport where champions and promoters want decisive outcomes when planning future matchups. That's why he emphasizes a need for an even playing field of fight, where nothing outside the ring can dictate momentum. Whether fans agree or not, he's focused on removing distractions so he can win rounds clearly and minimize the judge's influence. This stretch has highlighted just how determined he is to control his career path. He's not begging for rematches or chasing fighters who aren't reliable enough to commit. He refuses to repeat a scenario where he trains hard, excitement builds, and then the fight collapses for reasons beyond his control. That mindset explains his approach to a potential Cruz rematch. He knows what can go wrong and wants to eliminate any chance for chaos to derail another career-defining moment. What happens next? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for the latest updates on Roach's journey.